welcome to Tctv. I'm Sarah Sumner.
And I'm Michael Wright. In national news, South Korean President Lee Myung-bak warns North Korea will pay a heavy price if it attacks again. A report says South Korea deploys more rocket launchers on a border island. South Korea will consider a Chinese call for emergency talks among 6 major powers. North Korea calls the U.S.-South Korean military exercises a pretext for war and aggression.
Fire officials in Chicago, Illinois are investigating an explosion that flattened a home on the Spar City's south side and sent 3 people to local hospitals. The blast leveled the house at South 8th Street and also damaging neighboring homes and a number of vehicles on Sunday. A 30-year-old man from the residence was hospitalized in serious to critical condition, and 2 teens from the neighboring home were taken to a local hospital.
On Sunday, members of the Iron Soup Historical Preservation Committee set up a booth at the Four Seasons Flea Market. They were passing out information about a fundraiser scheduled to take place at the Lemon Grove Cafe in downtown Youngstown. Sunday night, the money raised will go towards renovating the She and the Tube Company homes into the first environmentally friendly ever built in the world.
15-year-old high school sophomore has been accused of holding 23 classmates and a teacher hostage at his Wisconsin school on Monday. The teen had fired his 2 weapons at least 5 times. Police believe the teen had a duffel bag containing more bullets with him, authorities said Tuesday.
Deaths of school vending machines contribute to bad eating habits and poor nutrition. A new study shows. The American National Institute of Child Health and Human Development researchers examined the impact that vending machine foods had on the food choices of around 6,000 students at 152 schools. The vending machines in 83% of the schools sold foods with minimum nutrition value. Now let's go over to our Tctv weather team and look at the weather.
Thanks, Mike. Now here with Tony Razai at the Tctv with the weather team. If you look here, you see that we had a terrible rainstorm that has now passed off into the ocean. And coming up from Michigan and southern Canada, we have a snowstorm running through Youngstown. And it's looking like it's going to hit us pretty hard. Now, if we take a closer look at it, you can see that the rain has really pushed off. We had a slight spot here where it was a mix of heavy rain, and we fortunately we had no mix of snow and rain, so the roads may not be that icy, but there will definitely be heavy snowfall. And now here's Zach Waters with your highs.
Hey, thanks, Tony. Hey, you look at the highs around the region here. Sitting down in Butler, you're at 52. Franklin, you're at the cold spot at 50, or you're at the warm spot at 52. Bradford, you're sitting warm at 75. You look at some highs here in Ohio. Mansfield, you're sitting at 31. New Philadelphia, 39. And Zanesville, you're sitting at 36. Now, if we look at the lows around the region here, Ashtabula, you're sitting at 30. Cleveland, 30. Pittsburgh, you're sitting at 30 as well. And Wheeling, 30. Now, if we look at your extended weather forecast here, on Thursday, we will have partly cloudy sky with scattered snow flurries with a high of 31. Going into your weekend, we will have highs in the mid to upper 30s with a possible chance of scattered snow flurries. And come Monday, starting off your work week, temperatures will dip down just a little bit below the normal for this time of year with highs in the upper 20s to low 30s. Now over to Danielle with a special report at the Inflated Dome.
Hi, I'm Danielle Dwyer, and I'm here to give you an exclusive inside look at the Dome before the actual grand opening on Friday. So here's just a little sneak peek inside the Rissel Schreier Dome. I'm here with Jackie Balsito. She's a senior softball player and president of the Student Athletic Advisory Committee. And I just wanted to ask her a few questions on her takes with the Dome, knowing that she's going to be using it a lot for softball, and just kind of see how she feels about that, how it's going to help the team, as well as the other athletic teams that are going to be using this. So,
I know that on a personal experience, being in the gym doesn't give us much chance to have an outfield when we're practicing for season. So for baseball and softball, it's going to be very beneficial that we're able to work infield and outfield together and be able to do mock scrimmages and inter squads, and hopefully even bring a couple teams in and maybe scrimmage them along the years. I think that would be really good, not only for Teal, but for our athletic program in general.
I know we were talking before, and you said somebody was even mentioning having birthday parties in here or other activities. How do you feel about the community involvement? Do you think that's going to eventually fold over into our actual season in the spring, or and get more community support, or how do you kind of feel about that?
I know some guy was saying how he was going to use it for his 8-year-old son's birthday party, and he said that he's been using the YMCA recently. This is obviously much different than the YMCA, and I'm thinking, even as the president of SAC, when that does come along, having birthday parties, we can work it for our community service. If we're having athletes from the college work with younger children, it's going to be a great experience for them, because everyone, when they're 8 years old, they look up to college athletes, and so I think interacting with them is going to be great.
True. Well, I think you make some very great points, and so we both want to encourage everyone to come out on Friday night for the grand opening of the Dome. So, thank you.
News: 20-year-old Charles Rhodes of Painesville was charged with attempted homicide, assault, and kidnapping in the alleged attack about 4 a.m. Sunday. Pennsylvania State Police arrested him in Northeast, a town about 10 miles east of Erie, about 9:30 a.m. Sunday. It was not immediately clear whether Rhodes has been returned to Ohio, where the alleged attack took place. Police there could not immediately be reached for details on the incident.
Before the Sharon Tiger football team clinched the District 10 AA championship, vandals splattered spray paint, eggs, and toilet paper all over the Tiger Stadium. The prank could cost the district up to $5,000 for cleanup and repairs, Sharon Superintendent John Sarandera said. Now let's go over to sports with Daniel Dwyer.
Thanks, Sarah and Mike. I'm Danielle Dwyer, here with your sports for the week. This past weekend, college football saw number 8 ranked Ohio State with a huge win over Big Ten rival Michigan by a score of 37-7. Playing in front of a crowd with over 105,000 in attendance at their home field, the Ohio State Buckeyes clinched their 6th consecutive Big Ten title. As for this weekend's NFL matchups, it was the Cleveland Browns pulling out a close win, 24-23 over the Carolina Panthers, while the Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Buffalo Bills by a final score of 19-16. For Teal Athletics, this week we saw the men's basketball team open at home Monday night with a huge win over visiting Penn State Fayette this past Monday. The final score was 103-56 as the 5 Tomcat players scored in double digits, including sophomore Blair Rosenblad with his 3rd double-double performance on the season. For upcoming events for Teal Athletics, men's and women's basketball teams will be hosting Geneva College on Saturday, starting with the women at 1 and then the men at 3. The Teal wrestling team will travel to Ada, Ohio to compete in the Ohio Northern Invitational as well. Now let's go over to Jenna for a special interview with Coach Sauer.
Hi, I'm Jenna Moore reporting for Tctv. We're here with Dave Sauer, the assistant basketball coach for both men and women's basketball here at Teal College. Hi Dave, how are you today?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. Let's talk about the girls, ladies first. How are the girls doing this week?
We're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Started off, we're 0-4 right now actually, but we have 2 of our leading scorers are out. One with injury and one will be back next semester as well. We have a game Saturday against Geneva. Should be a good test for us. Young freshmen are playing well, and Chelsea Clark, a junior, is also playing very well, helping us out the post. So.
Okay, awesome. And is that a home game or an away game?
That's a home game.
Well, then I guess we'll see you there. And how about for the men?
Men, we're 3-0 right now versus Division III schools, doing very well. Getting contributions from everybody. Liddell Trotty's been a surprise off the bench, averaging about 12, 13 points a game. We also play Geneva Saturday, so that'll be a good test for the guys as well.
All right, that's home too?
Yes, home as well. 3 o'clock.
All right, Dave, I guess we'll see you at the game. Go Tomcats.
All right, thanks.
Entertainment news, Deathly Hallows grossed $20.8 million, a 66% drop from last Friday's opening. Tangled, which scored an A+ from CinemaScore, came in second with $19.7 million. No other movies grossed more than $6 million this weekend. Unstoppable gained 30% from the last week with 4.6.
Eva Longoria is speaking up about her decision to file for divorce from San Antonio Spurs Tony Parker, and she is starting with Twitter. It is with great sadness that after 7 years together, Tony and I have decided to divorce. The 35-year-old actress tweeted Wednesday, "We love each other deeply and pray for each other's happiness," said Longoria.
Well, that's all the news we have for today. Until next week, I'm Sarah Sumner.
And I'm Michael Wright.
See ya.